Was good. Washington fans just got back in. So I heard we did draft Sam Cosmi at pick 51. I'm a little late here, but at left tackle, I think it's a solid pick out of Texas. He is 6'6", 314 pounds, ran a 4.85 40-yard dash. I mean, he ran faster than a lot of guys to be that big, 6'6", 314 pounds, and run a 4.85 40. Dwayne Haskins ran a 5 flat 40. This guy ran a 4.8. So just think about that. There's some other guys. I think Peyton Manning ran like a 5 flat. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's just interesting. This guy, I mean, there's a highlight of him actually catching a pass from like the 15-yard line or 20-yard line and running it in for a touchdown. So this guy is another position flex guy, another versatile guy. He can play guard, he can play right tackle, he can play left tackle. Says it doesn't matter to him at all. So he protected Sam Ehlinger, quarterback out of Texas that I like. It did a great job of it. So looking at some research on him, Josina Anderson, she tweeted that a source to me on why the Washington football team loves offensive tackle Sam Cosmi is that he has good feet and strong hands and hand placement, has very good play strength, terrific work ethic, has position flex, and can play guard as well. So that came from Ron Rivera himself talking about position flex. That probably was the source. The Wizards just beat up on the Cavs 122-93. Hail to the Wizards. You already know what it is. But yeah, I looked at the board, and there were some guys that we definitely could have taken. I saw JOK was still on the board. Terrace Marshall out of LSU was still on the board. And Pat Fearmouth, the tight end out of Penn State, was still on the board too. So those guys would have been steals too at pick 51. But there's something about JOK that I guess we're just not seeing. I know he's a hybrid player. He's underweight and too small for the position that a lot of coaches and media are saying, and scouts. So I guess that's the knock on him. That's why we didn't take him. But I like this pick. We definitely need an alignment. I thought we were going to get Dylan Raduns out of North Dakota State or Liam Eichenberg out of Notre Dame. So I kind of slept on Sam Cosmi, but Ron is never sleeping on guys, and our scout team is never sleeping on guys. So they liked him, and they decided to get him. So Sam Cosmi from PFF, Nick Ackridge, says Sam Cosmi was a 3-year starter at Texas, allowed 8 pressures and 368 snaps last year, and he's a nasty finisher in the run game. So that's good to hear about him. So he's going to be battling with Cornelius Lucas for that left tackle spot. We know Morgan Moses has a right tackle spot locked down. So it's going to be a battle. I mean, Cornelius Lucas is no slouch. Played really well last year. Was rated 12th by Pro Football Focus out of 36 left tackles. So that's pretty solid. The Cowboys game, he dominated the edge against the Cowboys in both blowout wins where we skunked the Cowboys. Cornelius Lucas balled out and played pretty darn well. So this guy is a behemoth, Sam Cosmi. He's just a big boy, big corn-fed boy down south out of Texas. Every year he got better, rated by Pro Football Focus. 2018, he had a 79.7 grade in 2018. 2019, he had an 83.9 grade, and then 2020 he had a 90.8 grade. Also, his zone blocking grade was an 86.8. Washington ran a zone scheme with Antonio Gibson on 57.4% of his rushes last season. Once again, against that Cowboys game, it was a lot of zone run schemes where we just kept gashing them once again, and Gibson waved goodbye to the Cowboys defense. So that's what we're looking for. So he fits the scheme as well. So position flex and scheme and fitting the scheme. He had the highest pass blocking. He was the highest pass blocking offensive tackle in the Big 12 this season at 89.4 as well. So I'm hearing nothing but good things about Sam Cosmi as well. Offensive line coach really wanted this guy, and it worked out at 51. So this is a good pick. I give this pick like a minus or an A. I give it an A really. I'm not gonna give it an A plus, but I give it an A. I think if they got Pat Fearmouth, maybe I would have given that an A plus. But I think this is a solid pick. Left tackle is not a need, but just the depth at the position because Jerron Christian, I think he's on his way out the door, and Sadiq Charles is still a left tackle, but he's been playing guard whenever he actually does play. But this is a good pickup because I had us picking the left tackle as well. So this actually might be an A plus pick. This is a really solid pick. One more nugget I'll read here. This is his bio. He earned second team selection on second team All-American, first team All Big 12 honoree, played in and started the first 8 games of the season. Then he chose to opt out last year with the last 2 games to prepare for the draft. He led the team in total first down/touchdown blocks with 25, total knockdown blocks 28, and total intimidation/dominant blocks he had 12. So intimidation and dominant blocks. That's a funny stat. Intimidation blocks and dominate blocks. So he's just deboning guys, just scaring guys out there. And entering his final game, he had only allowed one quarterback hit that year, one tackle for loss and one sack. Part of an offensive line that helped the Longhorns score 41.3 points per game, the fourth best scoring average in school history. So like I said, nothing but glowing good things from Sam Cosmi. So I'm excited to see him play for the Burgundy and Gold. All right, guys, hail to the football team. Peace. I know we have a pick in like 2 minutes. All right, y'all. Peace.